Ever seen a look on someone's face when their entire paycheck just vanishes into thin air? That moment of pure, gut-churning disbelief? Oh, you're in for a treat. Because 2 minutes ago, I accidentally crushed my hand under a falling ladder, and with it, I shattered my manager's dreams of a fat year-end bonus. The look on his face? Priceless. And the best part? They never even suspected a thing. This is the story of how I turned their greed against them. How I turned their cutthroat corporate game into my own personal revenge. And trust me, by the time this is over, you'll never look at a workplace accident the same way again. Every penny they stole, I took back, and I made it hurt. Backslash. If you've ever been lied to by a boss, cheated out of hard-earned money, or just daydreamed about watching karma hit someone like a freight train, hit that like button right now. Subscribe, because trust me, you don't want to miss this story. We're about to dive into one of the most satisfying, perfectly executed revenge tales Reddit's ever seen. And by the end, you'll be cheering. Let me set the scene for you. 19 years old, fresh face, and ready to take on the world. My first real job, a hardware store. Nothing fancy, but honest work. Mornings spent stocking shelves. Afternoons helping confused homeowners find the right drill bits. Evenings learning the difference between a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver the hard way. And the crew? We were tight, a real family. Jokes fly in the break room, covering each other's shifts, sneaking fries when the manager wasn't looking. For a while, it was perfect. Then everything changed. It started as a rumor, just quiet talk between shifts. Word was, if the store went a full year without a single reported accident, every employee would get a fat safety bonus. Suddenly, people who'd never care about caution were inspecting every ladder, reporting every wet floor, treating loose nails like live grenades. Morale was higher than ever. We were a team, working towards something big. A little extra cash for the holidays? Who wouldn't hustle for that? And then the meeting happened. Great news, team. Thanks to your hard work, we've officially gone a full year without a single safety incident. Now, about that bonus everyone's been talking about, chuckling. Yeah, that was never actually on the table. Just a little motivational tool. Cue the slowest, most sarcastic round of applause in retail history. That was the moment I realized something important. They didn't see us as people. We were just numbers to them, tools to be used, then put back on the shelf. But here's the thing about tools, sometimes they fight back. Here's the thing about lies, they never stay buried. Especially not the expensive ones. A week after that bullshit meeting, my buddy Jake cornered me in the lumber aisle after closing. His hands were shaking. Said his cousin worked in HR at corporate headquarters. And get this, the safety bonus was absolutely real. Just not for us. Every store manager got 10 grand if the location stayed accident-free. $10,000. Blood money paid for by our sweat and silence. Ever had that moment where your vision actually goes red? Where you can feel your pulse in your teeth? That was me, white-knuckling a claw hammer in aisle 7. Because this wasn't just about greed anymore. This was contempt. They looked at us, at people who showed up early, stayed late, wore our bodies out for minimum wage, and decided we were too stupid to catch on, too broke to fight back. Then came the lifeline, a job offer from a competitor across town. When I mentioned my unfortunate history with workplace injuries during the interview, the manager just laughed and slid the paperwork closer. That's when I knew the game had changed, and I was holding all the cards. I planned it like a heist movie. Waited for Saturday, peak customer hours. Every manager on duty made sure the district supervisor was doing his quarterly walkthrough. Positioned myself directly under the security camera. Grabbed that rickety-ass ladder we'd all reported as unsafe a dozen times. Took a deep breath. And then, the scream, 100% genuine. The pain? Let's just say I earned every cent of that workman's comp. But the way Manager Dave's face collapsed when he saw the accident report, like watching a man read his own bankruptcy filing. Priceless. Holy shit, man, you're a goddamn folk hero. 2 broken fingers, a hairline fracture in my wrist, and a bonus pool so empty you could hear echoes. Every twinge when it rains, still worth it. The aftermath? Poetry. Corporate lost their minds. Insurance premiums quadrupled overnight. Those manager bonuses? Vaporized. 3, safety compliance. Officers got fired. And my new job? They threw me a welcome party. The manager clinked his beer bottle against my cast and said, "Anybody willing to go that far for principles is family here. Here's what they never tell you about justice. Sometimes it doesn't come in a courtroom. Sometimes it's wrapped in plaster, smelling like antiseptic, and signed by a very pissed-off insurance adjuster. And that sounds like victory. Tell me that didn't give you the same rush as watching a billionaire's yacht sink. If this story made your inner rebel pump their fist, do us both a favor. Smash that like button into oblivion. Seriously, put your whole soul into it. Just like I put my whole weight onto that ladder. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Would you have taken a fall? Or would you have gone full Ocean's 11 and planned something even more diabolical? Be honest. We're all criminals of capitalism here. Hit subscribe right now, because trust me, this channel, we're the Underground Railroad for workplace revenge fantasies. Karma's always on the playlist. And baby, we got a whole album's worth of stories that'll make your toxic boss spontaneously combust. And remember kids, if they can fake a bonus, you can fake an accident.